What is up, my peoples? This is your guy, Cly, and welcome back to That Thrifting Series. I want to go ahead and apologize for both the lack of cat and lack of videos. The lack of cat is just because he's in the other room sleeping off dinner. The lack of videos, however, is from a lack of free time and getting tired of running a cord through my entire apartment just to record. Yeah, that has not been fun. So, a lot of you are already familiar with this right here. This is my Audio-Technica AT822 that I thrifted quite a while back. Its first debut was in my Best of Tech video. I believe that was episode number 2. But in order to use that, I've been needing to run a cord from the back of the mic through my apartment into a preamp and then into my desktop, which is several rooms away. It has made recording tedious, to say the least. Made even worse by the fact that I can't even adjust my audio on the fly, or even monitor it while I'm recording, so each recording is a little bit of a crapshoot. And if you're wondering what I'm using to record with right now, it's my thrifted Samsung Go mic. Not as good as my AT822, but it's a good little mic. Now, things are about to get a lot easier thanks to this first thrift find. It is a Roland Edirol UA3D audio interface. And I love this thing. When I first found it, it was actually extremely disgusting. I think the previous owner spilled their beer on it or something. But as you can see, I've cleaned it up, I've tested it out, and for the most part it works. I say for the most part because this slider right here does not work. Because when I got this, there was a jagged piece of debris, a piece of plastic, but I think it was just sharp enough that the slider was basically stuck in this position. It could go up, but it could not go down. I'm thinking the previous owner just jammed it as hard as they could, trying to get it to go down, and they ended up severing the connection in this slide potentiometer, so essentially rendering this slider and anything hooked into it useless. Fortunately, the microphone, and hopefully the guitar, though I haven't tested it yet, the microphone input still works. The headphone monitoring / output from the PC still works, but the stereo input doesn't. This one's mono, this one's stereo. This is a stereo mic, so I was hoping to be able to do proper stereo with it. But I can make do. I've done tests, sounds great. It is not as good as my Audigy 2 ZS card in my desktop. That is a 24-bit, 192 kilohertz recording card. Really good stuff. For the non-audiophiles out there, that means that I can get vinyl quality, near master recording quality. Or at least some people have said it's near master. It's definitely near vinyl, or vinyl quality, so it's going to record a lot better than this little guy. But I only record at 48 kilohertz, which is DVD quality, and this handles that just fine. Even better, it actually does amplify the microphone, so I don't even need to use my spare preamp when I'm using this box. And when I'm recording at my desktop, I'm still going to be using my Audigy, but my life just got a lot easier. Even better, I can use a shorter cord, so I'm going to try out this little Monster cable that I found while dumpster diving recently. Who knows? Maybe Monster actually is worth all the money, though from what I hear it's not. On to the next item. While people scream outside my window. I can't wait to move. Speaking of audio, I've been having a lot of fun using these little guys. This is a pair of Sennheiser PX100 headphones. And while they are not the top of the line, they're still no slouch. These are a bit older, but they still run about $70, brand new. I paid $3. Oh, I've got to tell you, that audio interface, I paid $2.50. I paid $2.50. Even better is that it originally retailed back in 2002. Admittedly, it's a bit old, but it originally retailed in the $200 mark and still fetches a decent price, so yay, I did good. But yes, a pair of Sennheiser PX100 headphones. these are some of the best headphones that I currently have at my disposal, and they don't crush my head unlike most... Oh gosh, cat hair. The cat got to him. I'm going to just hold them like this. But unlike most headphones of this nature, it doesn't crush my head. And honestly, these are better than the Turtle Beaches that I use on my desktop, which admittedly they're older, also thrifted. But yeah, comfortable, powerful. Sennheisers. That's a good brand. That's one to look for. Ignore the Beats. Get the Sennheisers. Next item. All right, the little dude decided he did want to join the party. Well, this next item is a little bit of an oddity. This is upside down. A K-World PCTV VGA to a lot of different video output system. Outputs to RGB, S-video, composite video, and component video. I've got a few little boxes like this, but they usually only output to S-video and composite, so I'm actually really pleased to have it with this. It does have a remote control that can be used with it, but sadly that wasn't included. Fortunately, the USB power cable and the VGA splitter cable were included, and I paid a whopping $2 for this. At that price, I just had to have it. So I'll just set it right there on the cat while I get the next item. Alright, so several videos ago, I got really excited over finding this Logitech C310 720p 30fps webcam for about $3, minus 20%. So I still think that's a really good camera, but as of 2 weeks ago, I have supplanted it. I apologize in advance for any vloggers, let's players, and streamers I'm about to perturb with this next find. I found a Logitech C920 still in the original retail packaging for a whopping $15 at my local Goodwill. Except for the fact that I did have a 25% off coupon thanks to my birthday being this month, so I paid only around $13 after tax. Yeah. I am not going to use this for face cam because I really don't think I'm going to be directly showing my face until I hit around 100,000 subscribers. However, this is going to be extremely useful for a series that I have planned, since I keep finding computers and all kinds of other tech in the trash and I occasionally refurbish it. I've had several people request a teardown series. I think I'm going to actually give that a try. This little guy mounts to a tripod, so what I can do is I can use it as a clip camera. I can suspend it up above my work area, so I can get multiple angles without having to sacrifice this really nice camera here. So I'll just, have it suspended above the work area. If it falls, it'll be tethered by its cord. I can strap it down, and of course it's not that heavy of a camera to begin with, unlike this guy. So I can have it as a permanent top angle camera while I can use my handy cam right here as more of a dynamic camera. That little spiel and ramble out of the way, on to the next item. Alright, so this next item is once again not directly useful for someone like me. I'm not much of an artist, and yet here I have a 12.1-inch Medion USB drawing tablet that I paid $5 for. It's in here, it works beautifully, but I don't draw. I can't draw. I can barely make a stick figure. However, I can use it. In fact, I have used it. Let me just put this right here so the cat doesn't start approaching the camera again, like in one of the outtakes that you'll probably never see. But I can use this for manipulating items in Blender, and it just makes 3D animation and making 3D assets for channel art and whatnot much easier. And honestly, I have used it just tinkering around with templates for future thumbnails, and sadly, not really a fan of them, but it's still an experience with this tablet. Let's see if I can just get it out. It's like, it looks really nice. It feels really nice. It's covered in cat hair, because of course it is. And that little guy sheds like crazy despite my best efforts brushing him daily. Now, I have one more item to show you lot, and for some of you it's probably going to be my best find out of the lot. For me, not so much, just because I've already got several iterations of it in various shapes and forms. But why not show you anyway? On to the next and last item. Alright, let's try to pan this shot so that you can see what we've got here. This is a Hanspree 28-inch 1080p TV. Now, I'm going to go ahead and just do air quotes for 1080p because it's actually a 1200p display, 1920 by 1200 pixels. And that makes it less suited for a TV, in my opinion, than it does for a computer monitor. So, a little bit of a scuff there. This is going to be the third monitor hooked up to my computer, after I rearrange things anyway. I'm going to hook it up right next to my 30-inch 1080p, and dear Lord, cat, stop swapping your tail on a cable. I paid a whopping $11 for this. I know it says $13 down there, if you can make that out, but I had a 20% off coupon, thanks to the 15th of the month being relatively recent. And, yeah. The story behind this is actually sort of interesting, so I guess I'll share it. I found this sitting in an abandoned shopping cart in the Goodwill. I know, bad form to pick a cart, but it was straight up abandoned. I know this simply because I parked myself near the cart, not actually making it look like I own the cart, at least not to anyone who would have owned the cart, and waited to see if somebody would come claim it. Nobody did. I was close enough to the cart that the uninformed would have thought it was mine, and yeah, nobody came by. And I think I know why. I tried plugging this into the wall and nothing happened. The test strip that Goodwill had was on a bad socket. I tried flipping the switch, I tried plugging in other stuff, nothing happened, so yeah, for all intents and purposes, that wall socket was dead, but nobody did a thorough check, so they thought the TV was dead. Took it an aisle over, found a working socket, and everything powered on. Of course, when I told the employee about the dead socket in the back, they looked very, very confused, waddled back, flicked the switch on the power strip, but didn't test anything, and said, "Oh yeah, you forgot to flip on the power strip." I tried explaining to them, though, no, I did try the power strip, and I tried the socket directly that it was plugged into, and I tried resetting the socket because it had the tripping transformer on it. The one where if you have it in like your bathroom and something surges it, it just pops a little pin out, so you have to push that to manually reset it. Tried all of that. Nothing happened. They didn't understand me after I gave them the more long-winded explanation, so when I head back there this week, we'll see if the power strip is still dead and if the socket's still dead and if I can find an employee in the back so I can show them what the heck I'm talking about. But that is all of the rambling I am going to do on thrifting for today. I've still got a lot more to go through with you, though. However, I am about to shoot another video. I'm going to try to aim for actually having 2 videos up this week. Oh my goodness. Except this one's a bit different. I'm going to try my first proper unboxing and product review for this. I found a VR headset at Five Below, and I can't wait to try it out. Oh, I smacked my microphone. I'm going to try to even that part out. But I'm going to try my hands at a product review. So tune in later on this week, hopefully. Until next time, this is your guy, Cly, signing off.